It features giant puppets designed by a team of artists who worked in the Warhorse Puppet Studio and is a combination of music, dance and puppetry, bringing to the stage a battle between forces that is both epic and highly personal. That's South African creator and director of contemporary adult-focused puppet theatre and visual performance, Janni Younge's latest production titled The Firebird. Now, the show, which is a contemporary puppet and dance performance set to Igor Stravinsky's dramatic original score, took 2 years to produce. Younge's work has been performed locally and internationally, winning awards including the prestigious Bank Young Artist Award. That was back in 2010. And then, of course, 3 Fleur Du Cap awards. Younge joins us now from our Sea Point studios to tell us more about Firebird. Janni, good morning. Welcome to Winning Live.
Good morning, Lebo. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about the Firebird. What inspired this production?
Well, IMG artists, who are the international producers of the tour in the States, felt that they would like to put on something with classical music for the big summer outdoor concerts that happen in venues like the Hollywood Bowl, which hosts 18,000 people, and various other, the Mann Center, Ravinia. So there are summer concert venues spread throughout the States. And IMG artists thought, well, how great would it be to put together classical music and puppetry performance? So they approached Handspring Puppet Company. I was with Handspring Puppet Company at the time, about doing a production. And then we settled on the Firebird as the subject, and that's how the whole thing started off.
The inspiration behind the title, tell us a little bit about the significance of calling it the Firebird.
Well, of course, Igor Stravinsky's ballet, The Firebird, is the music that's being played. So that's also part of the raison d'être of the whole thing, is that these amazing orchestras are playing the music live in the States. And so The Firebird is the title of the piece of music that we're working out of and through and with to create this visual production that works with the music.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the dancers and the performers. I mean, what made them the best creatives to be part of the Firebird?
Well, we had a series of auditions and looked at some amazing people. I mean, it's such a privilege to get to cast a cast of 14 dancers and performers, and to really be able to pick the best, because you're working a year and a half out from the production rehearsal dates themselves. So we really looked at amazing people and selected a great group of performers. And then we began the workshop process. And in the workshop process, they actually started to relate to the concept, help us create it. Both Jay and I work very collaboratively with our casts, drawing from them the way that they relate to a specific scene that we're working with, and finding out what they are going to produce out of it, and then we massage that into shape in relation to everything else that's going on, so that the production as a whole is very much a collective creation. So we weren't just looking for people who could move and who could puppeteer, but we were also looking for people who could create and who could be part of a creative process, and we really found an amazing team. They are just awesome to work with.
And I mean, your production team as well is creme de la creme. I mean, Manny Jay in there. Tell us a little bit about working with these creative giants.
It is amazing. I mean, I've worked with Manny on several productions before, and he is just, I say to him every time, you know, Manny, you paint with light. He just brings the space, and then he transforms it with the way that he brings his angles, and he's so sensitive to what's going on stage. And Manny always makes me feel like he really needs me to give him input and advice and support, but he's just such a master of his trade. And I love that combination. I love that he's got this listening and collaborative spirit while he's such a profound and consummate expert in his field. And Jay is a little bit similar. Like there's this extraordinary ability to be in service of the project. He's really just there to be the project and make the project be what it wants to be. So we don't have any artistic ego clashes, me wanting to go this way and he's pulling it that way. No. We just work together and towards the vision. Of course, we have been working together for 2 years to develop the concept, and then we went through this series of workshops during last year where we'd have all the actors together for a week and we'd test things out and then go way back to the drawing board and work on the concept again. But throughout the process, there's just been a really great exchange between myself and Jay. And Jay is amazing. I mean, to see him in front of a room of performers, he takes them and gives them an exercise, and the exercise allows them to draw out of themselves an incredible emotional depth and physical image and metaphor for what we're trying to create in that particular moment.
Yeah.
So he's just an incredibly skilled collaborator because he draws out from everyone around him the very best that can be on stage for that moment.
All right, let's talk about National Arts Festival and then Hollywood. I mean, those are big, festivals to be heading to. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're going to the National Arts Festival. We're right up at the Monument in the Guy Butler Theatre, and that's going to be on the 30th of June and the 1st of July. And very excited to be in such a big theatre and such an important space at the National Arts Festival. And then, onto the tour of the States, which actually starts in the Mann Center in Philadelphia and then goes to various other big venues, one of which is the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine and we were, there was this, disagreement about whether puppetry then counts as performance art or it's an art of its own. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it can be performance arty. I suppose, it is... I suppose it depends on how you define puppetry and how you define performance art, because it is an art. It's a visual art form that you bring into a performance space. So that's where it's very close to performance art, which is based, which came out of the visual arts more than it did out of theatre. Performance art came from that route and direction. But puppetry, the core of puppetry, the heart of puppetry, is when an object comes to life. So the coming to life of a thing tends to have quite a figurative and often a little bit of a narrative aspect to it, which doesn't always naturally sit together with performance art. So there is something that's very close, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah. All right, give us the dates before we let you go. The dates to the Artscape and ticket prices.
Right, we're in the Artscape from Friday the 24th, and then Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th. And the ticket prices range from 150 to 200 Rand through CompuTicket. And of course, if people want to find out more about the show, they can also look at my website, janniyounge.com.
All right. Janni, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck. Good luck for NAF and then, of course, Hollywood. Janni Younge is a South African creator and director of contemporary adult-focused puppet theatre and visual performance, speaking to us about her latest production titled The Firebird, which hits to the Artscape Opera House, as she said, from the 24th, and then National Arts Festival in Grahamstown, and then to the US of A Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles. All right.